Woo, 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 woo. Yeah, guys, what's up, people? How are you? How are you? Okay, everyone, how are you, everyone? It's Friday night. It's Friday, niggas. Approaching the weekend, we happy done with the week. In the most amazing way, getting to learn every day, all day. Yeah, so welcome to this video. Yeah, guys, welcome to this channel. Karibuni sana. It's Ranks folks over here, and Yobi Ranks Trades channel, of course. And let's get trucking. Let's get to see how the day was. Yeah, Karibuni. So my chat is kind of dirty, but all is that way for a reason, and so I decided not to clear anything so that we can learn from here. I'll let you see the notes I've written there. Yeah, because every day, all day is a learning process, you know. So let's get cracking. So we are in the 2 hour time frame of Euro USD, and I'll be telling you what I saw price do and what I was expecting, what happened, did I make a trade, didn't I, yeah, and what I did learn for the day, right? So yeah, before I did enter my trade, of course we must do our analysis, and let me tell you, before my trade, what how did I see price, how did I read price, how did I enter my trade. And so let's get trucking, guys. So pro like rockstar show, yeah, they like yo CEO, yeah, let's go now. Treat bro, I party like a rockstar show, yeah, let's let the music, let's get cracking. It's Friday, remember, so I'm happy because it's Friday, it's a fucking weekend. We gotta yeah. Let's wait for the weekend, guys. So yeah, let's get cracking. So what we can observe here is over here we have this 4 hour fair value gap. Okay, this 4 hours fair value gap is paired with this 2 hour order block, this bearish candle in this price leg, and also we have a fair value gap. Also inside a 4 hour fair value gap, we have a 2 hour fair value gap. This candles high and this candles low, we have a fair value gap there. What can we see? On Thursday, price had retraced into it, but how did it react? You see, and how did price react to this 2 hour inversion fair value gap also here? Okay, both are inversion fair value gaps, but they are fair value gaps. But later on, after we have observed what price did, and our buyers, I mean, is a fair value gap can turn into an inversion fair value gap. In this instance, this 4 hour fair value gap that is paired with this 2 hour fair value gap, both have turned into an inversion fair value gap. Okay, how? Because it has supported price going higher. Okay, so as I was observing price today in the morning, what I saw this candle retrace into this fair value gap, but we can see how it closed. Okay, it closed above the 2 hour inversion fair value gap, labeled orange. I don't know whether it's orange or it's brown. Okay, it closed above. Okay, then we had this consolidation around this zone. Okay, then the market retraced lower into this 2 hour fair value gap also. So this was on Thursday 9 p.m. It retraced into it. You can see it closed at the constant encroachment. Okay, then we had this bullish candle higher. Okay, so you can see how also the candle opened. Okay, the fair value gap was fully filled. As you can see, the wick did the damage, but the bodies were telling the story, right? So this candle closed at the constant encroachment of this 2 hour fair value gap. Then we had this bullish move. Okay, we had this bullish candle that created a change in state of delivery by closing above this candles high and also closed above this swing high. Okay, we have these candles high, higher high, these candles lower high. It created a swing over here, so from which this candle closed above it, so created a market structure shift. Okay, so my confirmations, I guess this was my third confluence why I should be looking for buys during my trading time New York session. Okay, what had I observed? I observed how the candle reacted of this 4 hour fair value gap. I've observed how the candles were closing inside this 2 hour fair value gap. I've also observed a change in state of delivery, also this market structure shift. I've also seen the liquidities below here being grabbed. Okay, so the liquidities here being grabbed, and also this low failing to clear to take this low. Okay, so it's a confirmation, or it gives me confluences for my bull buyers. Okay, so after we've seen these market structure shift, we saw a retracement lower by these two down close candles, which I was considering to be order blocks. Okay, then we saw this 5 a.m. candle close bullish. Okay, and we can see how below here, I guess you can see a 1 hour fair value gap. I'll go to it, we'll talk about it. Okay, so I saw these candles, how they formed with buy side liquidities above there. Okay, and you can see how they closed these lows, failing again to clear these lows, that this low had failed to clear these lows. Okay, so we can see these lower low, higher low, and again an higher low. So dropping to the 1 hour time frame, yeah, here we can observe how the candles were closing here at the low of the 2 hour fair value gap, consolidation, then we had this manipulation move lower. Okay, so I considered this to be a manipulation after this consolidation, whereby we had these the sell side liquidities were grabbed. Okay, we had this market structure shift. So we can see after the market structure shift, we had a down close candle, then we had this rally up. Okay, so as it rallied up, a fair value gap was created here between these candles high and also these candles low, the two lines. That's what we call a fair value gap. Okay, so using my Fibonacci, as I was watching price from these candles, let me use these from the low there over these from this low, I mean this low here, to the top of this swing. Okay, so I take, yeah, you can see from the low. So where is the 50 level of this pricing? From this high, from this low to the high, we have our 50%. You can see the small red line there. Okay, so here is equilibrium, but we want to buy while in discount when prices are cheaper. Okay, so what can draw us, or what can draw price to discount levels? So that's why we have the PD arrays. Okay, the PD array identified here was this fair value gap. Okay, these black lines there. Okay, these were the discount premium discount arrays in this price rank. This order block was above at the 50 level, so there's no need for us to use that order block. But this fair value gap was in discount level. I guess you can say below the red line is what we is discount, and above is premium. So below we have cheaper prices, and above the 50 level we have higher prices. So price retraced into this gap, the 4 hour fair value gap. We can see how the candles were telling the story. Okay, wicks did the damage to the constant encroachment of that fair value gap, but the candles closed at the upper quarter. Okay, the candles are closed here, and then the other opened, rallied down, but retraced higher. Okay, and another confluence that I saw is there was a breakaway gap that was formed. What's a breakaway gap? We can see this fair value gap was not fully filled. Okay, this week is at the low is 09015. Okay, if you can spot the price, the scale there, we are at 09015 on the right of the scale. Okay, so the low, this fair value gap was not fulfilled, so the gap that was left open is what we call the breakaway gap. Okay, this brown is what we call the breakaway gap. So it's also a confluence that we are going higher. Okay, so we saw this move higher. Okay, so I was watching price. I didn't catch it here. Why? Because this is not my trading time. Okay, so I trade during the New York session. Okay, yeah, so we can see the reaction of the fair value gap, the breakaway. We can see it now clearly. Then we rallied higher into the 4-hour fair value gap, and now I should make that around that. I guess you can be reading, you can pause and read these notes there, but we'll read it together. But everything written there is what I'm explaining. So let's focus above here. So what I saw here, we have these retracement higher, then at around what is this 7:15 during the New York Open, I saw this retracement lower. Where was I expecting to see price retrace to? So again, we use our favorite tool. Our favorite tool. Let me play the music over here. So my Fibonacci from the low of the price leg to the high of that price leg there. So from this low, I mean this low, from this low to the high of this candle, where is the 50% level around this zone? What can we see, or what did I spot that was below equilibrium point? So what was in discount that I'd seen? So as I was observing price, I saw this fair value gap here, these candles high and these candles low. Okay, it was a fair value gap. Also I spotted this order block here, as well as these two 15 minutes inversion fair value gap. Okay, so I watched price retraced below our 15 minutes fair value gap, whereby I had taken my trade. Okay, my trade, because I put my buy limit at around this fair value gap. Market retraced sharply, and we can see how the candles closed above the 15 minutes fair value gap, then rallied higher. My targets were above this high. You can see they were met, but also this trade, I do have my rules whereby I take only 2 trades per day. Okay, so you can see where my stop is for this trade. Okay, for this trade you can see where my stop is, and where I got it wrong is my SL placement. Okay, my first trade was a loss. I was tapped into and then rallied lower. This candle opened, took me out, then started rallying. But I caught this trade again inside. After I was taken out, I caught it inside this 15 minutes fair value gap. Okay, so what did I do wrong? So my SL placement, okay, I placed it below this low, the 15, which is not a bad idea. Okay, but there was this order block here, okay, that had formed a wick. So what next time I'll do for my for me to be safe, I'll put my SL below the low, okay, or below the constant encroachment of this week. Okay, below the constant encroachment of this week, this order blocks week, or the low of the week. Okay, yeah. So I was taken out, but also I made it straight, and yeah, trade rallied higher, made our profits, and was better for the day, and that's how, and we can see it continued higher and higher and higher. So also what I observed, I've remembered, is we had this move lower. It cleared the previous low buy side liquidity, sell side liquidity, I mean, rallied higher, cleared the sell side liquidity, and once liquidity has been grabbed, we retrace lower to, if you are in a buy model, to discount for cheaper prices, then we buy from there. So, and that's what happened. Yeah, I was analyzing my trades, so this is what I had to write for my notes, and also for my my journal, because I take screenshots of the notes and also post them to my journal. Okay, so my trade entry was based on I was bullish today, and so I buy in discount. I spotted a 15-minute fair value gap at discount, from which I executed by placing a buy limit. My stop was below the low. My stop was below the low of the 15 minutes inversion fair value gap. I meant of the 15 minutes inversion fair value gap paired with the order block. But I was stopped out. But I re-entered, as I take 2 trades a day. My stop should have been below the OB order block, or the constant encroachment of the OB's week. It was target was hit, and also it was a good trade, because I followed all my rules. Patience was key, which I'm improving on, and so far so good. Yeah, also the other note is, from the 2-hour inversion fair value gap, an MSS was created. Okay, so I guess also here we can observe it. So this is the 2-hour inversion fair value gap. So from the 2-hour inversion fair value gap, an MSS was made, a market structure shift, you can see in red, formed, below which 1-hour fair value gap is created. So below here we have this 1-hour fair value gap. So the 1-hour fair value gap low, and this is the 1-hour fair value gap high, is created. Later during the London price retraces to the fair value gap, taking with it sell side. I'm clearing sell side of the previous low. This low here, you can see the small red line, the previous low. A breakaway was formed, a confluence for higher prices to the recent high buy side liquidity. So this reaction rallied higher to clear the recent high, whereby we can see the BCL was cleared, and then market rallied lower. Yeah, so I guess I can clear it, and yeah, so that was for today, and thank you guys for being around, and until next time, guys, see you. I appreciate. Let's go rest. It's the weekend. Let's wait for another week. Bye bye, guys.